Introducing our next speaker, Katherine Collins.
I feel like we are all investors. We're investing our time, we're investing our energy, we're investing our resources all day, every day. And to think about that investment activity as an engaged, proactive one that needs to be thoughtful is really the starting place from which everything else falls. Investing is really a primary connected activity. It inherently involves relationship and mutual benefit and exchange. It's a very, again, direct, interconnected kind of enterprise. Finance often is less direct, less connected. It's all of the second and third and fourth derivatives of that primary transaction. So you have securitizations, you have funds of funds in some cases now. Not inherently bad things, actually really interesting tools in and of themselves. But I think what's happened in the last few years is that all of that secondary activity, all of that mechanical activity of finance has overshadowed that primary activity, that really connected, much more sort of biological system that exists in the first place. And I really want to recenter on investing.
I found Dr. Tom Seeley, who's a honeybee researcher at Cornell University. And he was presenting this amazing work he's done on how bees make collective decisions within beehives. So Dr. Seeley's work, it's fantastic from a scientific perspective, but what really struck me was the end of his talk when he was discussing the conditions that make this amazing decision-making possible. So I decided I needed to be more like a honeybee. I left the hive, resigned from the firm that I loved, where I had thrived for almost 20 years. I went out into the world as a volunteer and a pilgrim, re-engaging with my own environment and gathering information. I went to divinity school and earned a degree in moral philosophy to make sure that my own value system was as strong and clear as I wanted it to be. And I started Honeybee Capital, where we have a simple premise that more open-ended inquiry, more engagement with the world ultimately leads to best decisions.
What I've learned working with biomimicry folks and other people involved in biological sciences these last few years is just the wealth of knowledge that's out there in the natural world. Janine Benyus, who is queen of biomimicry, I would say, has a great saying, you know, we're searching for this sustainable world, but we already have this completely sustainable world. It's the natural world. It's sustained itself for 3.8 billion years, and it's all around us. And we are really ignoring it when we're looking for wisdom out there. And so just the comfort I get from the lessons I learn in the natural world is so deep and so certain. This is how the world actually functions. The main experience I want my audience to have is to feel that they've been provoked, but in a good way. Provoked by new ideas or a different way of thinking about things, but provoked in a way that gives them something to do with those new ideas. So I love this combination of ideas and action. It's why I've loved investing for so long, and I would like folks to leave a talk with me with that same combination of ideas and action in mind.
Katherine, I have the experience to say you're one of the most inspiring women in finance I know, and the work that you're doing is path-breaking, and I just really appreciate you being your inspirational self, so thank you very much.
If you are trying to re-center on your own vocation, if you are trying to re-engage and reconnect with that broader world around you and your work, as you're standing there on the edge of the hive, ready to fly out into the world, just pause for a minute, rest your wings, take a really deep breath, and think. Thank you.